Academy Award winner Michelle Yeoh. It sounds nice, doesn't it? I can't believe it's been 3 months since the 95th Academy Awards, and when I think back on that night, it's the historic moment for Yeoh that always pops into my head first. I of course was excited, to say the least, to hear her name called.
Michelle.
Yes!
Alright, so I didn't go quite as crazy as I did back in 2010 when my favorite actress Sandra Bullock was named the Best Actress winner. But Michelle Yeoh is one of the few times I freaked out recently while watching the Oscars because I so wanted it to happen for her. In the early part of award season, Best Actress was kind of up in the air, Cate Blanchett taking the Critics' Choice Award even though Everything Everywhere All at Once won many of the top categories, and then when Blanchett won Best Actress at BAFTA, the steam looked to be fading for Yeoh's chances at Oscar. Maybe an Oscar triumph for Yeoh was just a pipe dream, something many of us wanted to see, but sadly was never going to happen. Blanchett is of course monumentally great in Tar, my favorite film of 2022. None of us would have been surprised if Blanchett had just swept the season, had won at SAG, and at Film Independent Spirit, and at the Oscars, Yeoh smiling and clapping from her seat. But I could just sense it, and I think you could too. The momentum slowly shifting toward Yeoh even before she started picking up those final few trophies. In my Michelle Yeoh and the Elusive Oscar video I published to YouTube on Valentine's Day, February 14th, 5 days before BAFTA, 2 weeks before SAG, and a month before the Oscars, I made the case for both why Yeoh deserved to win the Academy Award this year for Best Actress, and why she was going to win SAG, and then the Oscar. I thought the passion and emotion from awards voters at those last few ceremonies were going to move away from Blanchett and over to Yeoh, and then I went berserk when Yeoh did indeed get the SAG win. And I leapt to my feet and clapped when she got the Academy Award. 3 months later, I'm still thrilled about this victory. I believe it's going to age like fine wine. I even gave it an honorable mention in my recent Best Acting Oscar wins of all time video. Her performance in Everything Everywhere All at Once is an all-timer, and as much as I adore Cate Blanchett and Tar, this simply was Michelle Yeoh's moment. And so, for the last time on this channel, having a few months of hindsight, let's break down all the main reasons why Yeoh ultimately won the Academy Award. What did she do right? What has she been doing in the week since her glorious victory? We're gonna talk about it all. Sit back, relax, and before I get to Michelle Yeoh, I have a special announcement to make. Something many of you don't know is that for the last couple years, I've been making these videos week to week while working a full-time teaching job. It's been really hard, to say the least, to balance both my job and this YouTube channel, and I can no longer do both. I have decided moving forward to go after the thing I love, that I wake up thinking about, that I go to bed thinking about. My passion is this YouTube channel. I absolutely love it. I love everything about it. So I have quit my teaching job and I'm going to do Brian Rowe Video full time. Starting in July, you'll be getting at least 3 new videos from me every week, potentially more, as I take Brian Rowe Video to the next level. I'll be making so many more videos of what you love: Elusive Oscar, Oscar race retrospectives, Oscar predictions, Oscar top 10. I'll be launching new series, revisiting some old series. I'm finally gonna do some movie reviews. I've been so busy lately, I've barely been able to see any new movies, but this summer that changes. Oppenheimer, Barbie, oh yeah, we're talking those. I'm also going to the Telluride Film Festival for the very first time in a couple months, and I'll have a big report on that. Quite simply, Brian Rowe Video here on YouTube and on the Patreon is going to be my focus come July 1st. I never could have gotten to 10,000 subscribers and beyond without all of you, so thank you from the bottom of my heart for making this life change possible for me. Thanks for watching my videos and leaving me comments and caring about the Oscars even when we're nowhere near the next ceremony. If you want to join my Patreon for exclusive videos and more, click on the link in the description below, and definitely subscribe to Brian Rowe Video here on YouTube if you haven't already. Thank you so much for your support and for taking this journey with me. Now, it's time to talk about the 8 main reasons why Michelle Yeoh won the Oscar this year for Best Actress. The first and most important reason, of course, is that Michelle Yeoh gives a funny, dramatic, spectacular performance as Evelyn Wang in Everything Everywhere All at Once, as she talked about a lot on the interview circuit around the time of the film's release in April 2022. This was the role in a movie she'd been waiting for, been yearning for. This is a part that requires complexity, empathy, courage, a crazy mix of so many talents. In one of the interviews from around that time, her co-star Jamie Lee Curtis pointedly said, "Nobody but Michelle Yeoh could have played this part, and I believe her. This role of a lifetime was tailor-made for Yeoh, and she knew it. She took it on with everything she had, and Academy voters noticed." The second reason is that Everything Everywhere All at Once kept building in momentum, finally peaking right at the perfect time, and ultimately becoming a juggernaut on Academy Awards night in a multitude of categories. The film pretty much couldn't have done better on Oscar nominations morning, getting in almost everywhere it could, but if there had been even the slightest loss of enthusiasm for the movie from Academy members going into Oscar voting, Yeoh's chances might have dwindled. If someone else had won Supporting Actress, let's say, if Original Screenplay had gone to Banshees of Inisherin, we would have seen a cracking starting to form in the EEAAO veneer, which would have left Yeoh vulnerable. But really, let's be honest, once Jamie Lee Curtis took the Oscar early in the ceremony, it was over. Yeoh was winning.
This was a movie made entirely with love that was in many ways the culmination of my life's work. And the reverberations of that love continue to be felt as Everything Everywhere All at Once has caused a tectonic shift in the industry, opening the door to more independent efforts and greater Asian representation.
The third reason is that despite losing at Critics' Choice and BAFTA, Michelle Yeoh won a key televised trophy, the Screen Actors Guild Award for Best Actress. I remember how after BAFTA, so many people on Twitter wrote off Yeoh's chances, said it was time to move on, and just accept the fact that Blanchett was on her way to a third Academy Award victory. I refused to accept it. I felt like there were enough factors, as I'll get into in the next two reasons, pushing against Blanchett, and that Yeoh was going to win the Oscar in the end. At the same time, however, I knew that everything came down to SAG, which took place 2 weeks before the Academy Awards and right before final Oscar voting began. I knew Yeoh didn't have to win Critics' Choice or BAFTA, but that she needed SAG. It was going to be near impossible for her to only take the Golden Globe for Best Actress in a motion picture comedy or musical, win no other major prizes throughout the season, and then beat Blanchett at the Academy Awards. So at SAG, when Jamie Lee Curtis took Best Supporting Actress, I thought things were looking pretty good for Yeoh, and then there it was, Jeff Bridges announcing her name. I thought as long as she could win at the Screen Actors Guild Awards, she was going to take the Academy Award. Such was the case for all the acting Oscar winners this year, SAG going 4 for 4. The fourth reason, and this is key too, Yeoh's closest competitor Cate Blanchett, who was brilliant in Tar, already had 2 Academy Awards. I believe with my whole heart that if Blanchett only had that 2005 Supporting Actress Oscar for The Aviator and not the 2014 Best Actress Oscar for Blue Jasmine, Blanchett absolutely would have won Best Actress this year for Tar. Her narrative would have been too strong for Yeoh to overcome. Blanchett's film got into Best Picture, Director, Original Screenplay, Cinematography, Film Editing. Academy members clearly loved not only her performance, but the movie too. And since Blanchett is one of the greatest actors of her generation, everybody would have been on board giving Blanchett a second trophy, her first in the lead actress category. But unless your name is Frances McDormand, it's really difficult to win a third acting Oscar, and Yeoh proved to be just competitive enough to overtake Blanchett in those final crucial weeks.
For your role in Everything Everywhere All at Once, you won the Oscar for Best Actress. You made history.
Yes.
Have you taken it all in yet?
Honestly, no. I think it's because we were working, promoting the film since a year before the Oscars. Mm-hmm. So it's been a long journey. When I don't think any distributor really puts the movie out if they thought it was an Oscar contender. Mm-hmm. But Everything Everywhere All at Once became such a people's movie. And very quickly, even filmmakers themselves recognized this is the language of the future for films. And we always ask for originality, we ask for difference, we ask for inclusivity, diversity, all these adjectives. And Everything Everywhere All at Once really gave it to us.
The fifth reason is the emotional factor. As I talked about a little bit in my Michelle Yeoh and the Elusive Oscar video last February, as great as Blanchett is in Tar, it's a very cold performance, one that almost always is at a distance from the viewer. The Yeoh performance, on the other hand, is much warmer, more emotional, more relatable. Many people can see themselves in her character at the beginning, and then when she goes through this whirlwind journey, you can't help but root for her every step of the way. Such is not the case with Blanchett in Tar. It's an exceptional dramatic turn with lots of memorable scenes and moments, but a lot of Academy members, I believe, vote with their heart instead of their head, and Yeoh gets you to really love that character by the narrative's end, and I think this element played a role in her Oscar triumph as well. The sixth reason is that except for Blanchett, Yeoh had practically zero competition in the Best Actress category. This wasn't the 2019 Best Actress race, when Glenn Close, Olivia Colman, and Lady Gaga all had a shot in winning, and this wasn't the 2021 Best Actress race, when everybody but Vanessa Kirby had a path to victory. In 2023, it was only Cate Blanchett who could have taken down Michelle Yeoh. Ana de Armas, Andrea Riseborough, and Michelle Williams were all just happy to be there. I mean, do you think any of those three women even bothered to write a speech? Probably not. There was some talk right after the Oscar nominations came out that Riseborough could have been a spoiler that none of us would see coming, but I never believed that. She was the only nominee for her film, and not enough Academy members were going to screen it in time, let alone vote for it. This year there just wasn't that third person who could have taken some votes away from Yeoh to possibly push Blanchett into first place. It was Blanchett versus Yeoh all the way to the end, and Yeoh succeeded.
I have watched the currents throughout my entire career, and I am watching the tides turn now. For too long, we as women have been left out of rooms and conversations. We have been told the door is closed to us, and we have come to knock that door down.
The seventh reason is that Yeoh has a terrific body of work going back decades that had for the most part gone unrecognized, and this was the perfect time to reward her. Yeoh deserved an Oscar nomination back in 2001 for her phenomenal performance in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which did get her a nod at BAFTA. Yeoh is great in Crazy Rich Asians too, and she's proven to be a fighter in an industry that so rarely gives rich, three-dimensional roles to Asian Americans, especially female Asian Americans. The Daniels made it happen for Michelle Yeoh, and thank God they did, because Yeoh had the chance to deliver one of the finest film performances of the last decade. And the eighth and final reason, of course, is that a Michelle Yeoh victory was going to make history. In 95 years of the Academy Awards, no Asian person had ever won the Oscar for Best Actress. Hell, only one Asian person that whole time had ever been nominated for Best Actress, Merle Oberon, way back in 1936, who was of mixed race and did not promote her Asian heritage. It took all the way to 2002 to have a woman of color win Best Actress, Halle Berry, and then another 21 years to have a second woman of color win, Michelle Yeoh. When Berry walked out with Jessica Chastain on that stage, I got a little nervous for a split second. It was not going to be a good look with Berry right there for Chastain to call any other name, but I do think Yeoh's Oscar win by that moment in the night was inevitable, especially after the Jamie Lee Curtis win for Best Supporting Actress. Right before they announced Best Actress, you can see on Blanchett's face she already knows exactly what's about to happen, and you can also see the clear nerves on Yeoh's face before they reveal the winner, either because she knew she was about to deliver a speech to the whole world, or possibly because she wanted to win and was still convinced it might not happen for her. Well, it did happen. A lovely standing ovation filled the room, and Michelle Yeoh gave a knockout speech I will never forget.
And ladies, don't let anybody tell you you are ever past your prime. Never give up.
It's been a lot of fun the last 3 months watching Michelle Yeoh make appearances all around the globe, often with her Oscar in hand, big banners behind her promoting her gold trophy win. I love seeing her mom react to her moment too. That was just fantastic. This victory meant a lot to Michelle Yeoh, to her family and her friends, and she's using it for good. Every time I see a new video of her appearing somewhere, every time I see a new picture of her on Instagram, I'm filled with immense joy. Because I remember, again, it wasn't a dream. It actually happened. Michelle Yeoh won the Best Actress Oscar for Everything Everywhere All at Once. At the end of my Elusive Oscar video, this is what I said. I want to hear it on March 12th. I want to stand up and cheer for Academy Award winner Michelle Yeoh. Well, on March 12th, stand up I did, and cheer I did, for the person we actually do get to call for the rest of time, Michelle Yeoh, Oscar winner for Best Actress. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, get ready for so much more Oscar content that you love. ROWE Video, this July, is going big. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.